Welcome to the breakdown. I'm your host, Diane Rembert, avid reader, award winning literary blogger, and the founder of Diamond's Literary World, which is my footprint in the literary industry. Today, I want to talk to you about a book that is unusual for me. I was going through my tons and tons of books. I was going through the one of the trunks that you guys did not see, um, and a book was just calling out to me. The name of the book, My Husband's Boyfriend by Sidi. Let me just take a moment to say that um, please do not be deceived by the title. A lot of times we buy books based off of their title. I, for one, am guilty of it. This book, by no means, the title does not define what this book is about. This book is about a couple, Melissa and Stevie Bay. Stevie is a drug pen, if you will, kingpin. He gets set up with a federal case. And as the federales, as you call them, are trying to build a case against him, which they are, they're batting like 0 to 1,000. They incorporate the services of a young lady named Nikki. Now, let me just go back and say that Melissa has lost everything. They have seized all of her bank accounts. They have forced her out of her home. They've taken the car. Her and her daughter, Keisha, are forced to live in a shelter. In this shelter, people are stealing from them. And they're at the shelter because at one point they were living in the car, a rented car. So, they pretty much have lost everything. And the little bit that they were able to salvage, a so-called friend sets them up to be robbed. So imagine you're used to living high on the hogs. You are someone that helps people. You are someone who people admire. Imagine living high off the hogs. You are someone in a position to help other people. You are always looking out for other people, but now when you need help, nobody's around. And when you're down to your last, the one of the people that should have been there, because I don't want to give it away, I want you guys to read the book, turns their back on you and betrays you in such a way that is unbelievable. I'm reading this and I'm saying jealousy, betrayal, deceit. Okay, so again, she's forced to live in this homeless shelter, and as she goes to visit her husband, she meets this young lady named Nikki. Now, Nikki is a woman who likes other women. I'll put it that way. I don't want to call any names because I want to be politically correct. So she's a woman who is attracted to other women, and so she pushes up on Melissa, knowing that she's in a bad way. Unbeknownst to Melissa, the FBI, they are using Nikki to help build a case against Melissa's husband, Stevie. Oh, what a twisted web we weave in this book. So now, Stevie's in prison trying to beat his case. And he, word on the street is his wife is now, in a relationship with this other woman. She's not accepting his calls. She's not coming to see him. He doesn't know what's going on. And it's just one big mess. Now, I will say this about Melissa. Melissa is doing what she feels like she has to do in order to protect herself and her daughter. In no means has she stopped loving her husband. She just, as she calls it, finds herself in this situation. Um, Call it what you will. I'm not here to judge. None of us knows what we would do if placed in that situation. I'm not even going there. Okay? Um, I I'm just here to bring you the facts of the book. But when it's all said and done, there is one person who steps up to the plate, and that's Nene. Nene is there to help her with Keisha. Nene is there to do whatever it is that she wants her to do. Um, Fast forward, her husband gets the feds. They no longer have a case against him, so they have to release him. And now she's stuck in this position because Nikki, follow me now. Nikki is the person who was pushed up on Melissa in order to get more of a case built against her husband because Nikki has a hidden agenda as well. She needs a green card, or else she's going to be deported. And that's what they use against her. So it's, like I said, a big twisted web of deceit. Everybody is playing everybody else because they have a hidden agenda. All except Nene. Um, and so Stevie comes home. Melissa is now in a situationship, if you will. But she lets Nikki know, like, I'm going to be with my husband. Nikki's not pleased. In steps Sandra, who was locked up at the same time as Stevie. And we think is best friends with Nikki, but they're hiding a secret too. And so now she's in a relationship with Melissa. Crazy. I keep telling you this book is so crazy. But one thing I will say, yet again, please do not be deceived by the title. Because there are two moments in the book. I think that it could have been titled something else. You find out why in the beginning. It was titled My Husband's Boyfriend. And then you find out, you revisit it again at the end after a tragedy happens. But let me say this. Titles are so, so important. This book was given to me, I believe, at a book release party. I'm almost for certain at a book release party by Wahida Clark, if I'm not mistaken. And it was just calling out to me. You know, and a good book is a good book. It was written back in 2003, long before we, have come into this new era with these crazy titles. So, I wanted to see what it was about. I picked it up. I'm so glad I did. I read it in no time. It's probably about 289 pages. And I know that everything isn't for everybody. I just want you guys to know that I am an avid reader who has, I'm an eclectic reader. And I like to broaden my horizons. I like to find out about new things. Some things just aren't for me. I didn't see where this was offensive at all. At all. At all. Again, treachery, deceit, yes, there was, a little bit of same-sex relationship, but it overall was a good book. Now, I will have to give it 4 stars, unfortunately, because there were some errors in the book, and they were minor, but they were more than a few. So for that reason alone, I will give the book 4 stars. for diamonds. Um, and there you have it. I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch the video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you have not done so, please take a moment to do that now. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for your well wishes. Thank you for everything that you do for me here and on Diamond's Literary World. I appreciate you. Let me get back to reading because it is the first day of Kwanzaa, which means that we have about 6 days left in the year. And I am trying to close it out with a bang. So until next time, happy reading and be blessed.